So we're going to have a short presentation around housing from Councilor Butler.
If anyone has been paying attention to a lot of the state and local towns, housing has become has become problematic for the state of New Hampshire. We're aging in place, and we're struggling to have enough affordable housing in the state. Several years ago, the Southern New Hampshire Planning Commission had developed a report that indicated, at least in the county, Rockingham County, cities and towns, and there was a chart that recommended what we needed, where our shortfall was. Since then, I think that Londonderry has done a really good job at providing the housing sources we need. My position is going to go in the other direction, and I'll explain why. Over the past several months, we've had several serious car accidents. For the last several years, and being in town as long as I have been noticing that above and beyond all the housing that we've been putting in, Wallace Farms and Vista Ridge and so on and so forth, that the call reports from the police and fire department is starting to increase. So it's starting to put tremendous pressure on our infrastructure. I have also taken the time, and quite a lot of time, to sit at intersections. I'm retired now, so I have some more time to do it. And I can tell you, over the past several years, the traffic situation in the town of Londonderry is becoming extreme. And why do I bring this up? As far as I'm concerned, I think we need to stop the housing. I think the condominiums, the apartment buildings, we need to stop it. Londonderry, can you pull up the map of the town? Mm-hmm. When it comes to traffic, okay. When it comes to traffic, if you could zoom in on it, the red lines are state roads. Londonderry has no control over the state roads. Any signal intersection, any intersection improvements, anything that happens within those roads is state, and we have no say on it. Now, if you take a look at this map, and I took a little time to do it, the green roads that you see is what I call our commuter roads. And there's different type of commuters. There's in-town commuters, which is us that are leaving town or staying in town, and then we have outside commuters that come through town. Do we have the opportunity maybe to control some of the traffic in town? Yes. But as far as outside the town and traffic moving through the town, the answer is no. We can't control the growth around us. And we're in between 93 and Route 3. So what I'm starting to see in the roads that are in green is a lot of the intersections, for instance, Litchfield and Mammoth Road. Constant complaints about accidents, about speed, about trucks going down there. We've had accidents there. You take a look at Stonehenge and Route 28. There's a house opposite the street of Stonehenge. Take a look at their front fence. Someone went through it again. Constant accidents there, constant complaints. You go and you take a look at the Pillsbury-Gilchrist intersection that passes from Derry, that passes Woodmont. Accidents, and I don't know if you've been there during rush hour traffic, it's really starting to back up. So I can tell you, well, it's my opinion that within the next 4 or 5 years, we're going to be stuck with a real traffic problem. And I can tell you that our police services have increased in areas. I can tell you that there are times when the police department may go to the same community 3 or 4 times in one day. Same thing with the fire department. I believe in development, I do, but I believe that it should be in the right place. And I think it's something that the town council really has to look at. Now, I have some charts that will show you the different developments in town. The one particular development or area that I would like to talk about is the Gilcrest Road. Gilcrest and 102. We've had accidents there. I've seen people dump motorcycles right at the intersection where Home Depot entrance is. That stretch alone, we're going to see 3 developments there. One development is about 40 homes, another one is 50, and the Mercedes, I think, is 90. Now, that road, if you've been in town long enough and you've driven it a lot, it's tough as it is now. And as this stuff starts to come online, it's going to get worse. And once we get to that point, we won't be able to change it. So I really think that it's time that we take a look at a growth management ordinance. And I would like the town council to instruct the planning board to start to look into a growth management ordinance. I can tell you that the Southern New Hampshire Planning Commission was in the planning board meeting recently, and the representatives have said that Londonderry has led the way again and has done very well with the mix that we have in this town. There is an RSA that people should take a look at, which is 674:59, and it requires municipalities to approve reasonable and realistic opportunities for the development of workforce housing. It emphasis on reasonable zoning requirements and providing a fair share. I firmly believe that Londonderry has got to that point and that we need to slow it down. If you take a look at what is in the pipeline now for projects, and the projects that have been presented, whether it's they're actually in the review stage or they've been in front of the planning board, I'm not looking to hurt those projects. They've been here, they've been working it, and I think it's only fair that you know, we stay with it. I just want to, here's what is either in the pipeline or it's been conceptual. Gilcrest Road, Massetti, which has been a good builder, he's been good, approximately 96 units. Gentrex Construction on Gilcrest Road, approximately 67 units. La Montagne Realty, Gilcrest Road, there's the Gilcrest Road. We're looking at 44 units. Londonderry Holdings, which has come up, they're looking for a PUD at 104 Grenier Field, 439 units approximately. Gemco Builders, Vista East and Vista West, they're looking at 130 units. Brook Hollow Corporation on South Road, they were looking for 17. Winnie Estates, 21. Moose Hill Estates, 13. VW Investment, which I think they've already broken ground, which is on Rockingham Road and 28th. There's 16 units there. Wyndham Realty Development, which we just, I believe that the planning board has finally rectified that. In the beginning, they were looking to put 96 low-income housing units on that property of that farm. That's on Hillside Ave. The owner of the property came in, and he either wanted to turn it into a storage facility, inside storage facility, or he was going to build the units. So I think we've pushed through to the point where we're going to have the inside storage, which from a traffic standpoint is a lot better than having 96 units. Conceptual, which really has me concerned, is 295 Rockingham Road, which is in the corner of Grenier Field Road and Old Nashville Road. We've constantly had a problem with that intersection up there. The owners have come in front of the, property owners have come in front of us. They've discussed the issues that they have there, and we've made a previous presentation, and I believe the DPW is going to start to rectify that. But they want to put they're looking to put another 40 units on that corner. I just can't, it's not going to handle it. It's not going to handle it. Alto Woodmont Commons, we're looking at approximately 264 units, all right? Now, we also have to understand that along with the Woodmont PUD, that we're obligated, or there is an agreement that I think it was about 1,400 units. So above and beyond seeing Alta come in at the corner, at the intersection of Michael's Way and Pillsbury, which is very close to Pillsbury and Gilchrist, there's over 264 units, and then on top of that, we have to remember that we're obligated for more. This doesn't include the Baldwin. So, you know, I've watched it, I've watched the traffic, we're going to get choked. And if we don't do something now, we're going to regret it. You know, we've had some terrible accidents. A perfect example is 102. We did have a vote about trying to reduce the state road. We did have a vote trying to reduce the mile per hour, and it was voted down. Okay? We've already had a fatality there at the intersection of Perimeter and 102. I can tell you from personally, my son had rolled the car over there, same intersection. You know, we've had a fatality on Hardy and Hovey Road. It's getting worse, and we've got to see if we can control this. Or what's going to happen is we're going to put tremendous pressure on the police. We're putting tremendous pressure on the fire. We're going to put tremendous pressure on DPW because they have to service and we have to repair the roads, not only for us, but the amount of people that travel through our town that we have no control over, none whatsoever. So I really think that it's time that we take a look at it, or we're gonna wish we did. I can tell you now that the current deficit in New Hampshire for affordable housing or housing is 23,000 units. They project that by 2030, the state of New Hampshire is going to need 60,000 units. There was, I know that there's been studies done, actually two studies, one by the Southern New Hampshire Planning Commission, actually the state, and they're all saying the same thing: we need housing. Well, you know something? I'll be honest with you. State doesn't, I have to be careful here, but no one's going to care about us but us. And we need to put our foot down now. I'm not afraid of developers, you know. There's a way of saying, look, we're not interested. We're not interested. And is there some legal remedies that they have? Sure they do. But I'll go to the edge to try to cut down this. I really, really will. And there was and just to let you know how I came about this, for over the years, besides being a council member, I've been on the planning board, so I've seen it. I've been on the Heritage Commission, so I'm watching it, and I've been on the Traffic Safety Committee, and I've listened to residents. We constantly get complaints about speed. High Range Road, speeding on High Range Road. I was passed the other day on a double solid yellow line on High Range Road. Time to start paying attention to what we're allowing to build in this town. And like I said, I'm not against development. I believe that there's certain areas in town, and we've already identified them. Besides Woodmont, we have up at the airport. I believe in good development. But I can tell you, there was also a study done, and there was, I believe it was from Merrimack. It's interesting to know that during the last 10 years, the increase in homes for towns have gone up between 200 and 300%. What has lagged is the city of Manchester, the city of Nashua, and Salem. Those cities have only increased by 40 to 50%, so they're lagging behind in housing. If you take a look at what's happening down on Elm Street right now in Manchester, there's a lot of apartments, a lot of units going in down there. Now, we can't control what the costs are going to be. The market will control that. But I can tell you, we really have some serious problems that we're going to be faced if we don't tackle this. And like I said, I would like the opportunity to have the town council to see about the planning board, instruct the planning board to start to develop a study, a feasibility study on a growth management ordinance. We did have a growth management ordinance, and it sunsetted on 2015. The planning department came back, from what I can see on the records, on 2017, brought this issue up again, and I believe, and I could be wrong, it didn't go anywhere. So we have no growth management ordinance right now.
Yeah, it's actually a legislative issue. So what we need the planning board to do is we need the planning board to develop what they're looking for, and then we need our state legislators to carry it through, because it has to comply with state law.
I can tell you, if anyone goes and takes a look at the records with the planning board in 2017, I think it was October 5th, 2017, a growth management ordinance was already prepared. It's already laid out, and it's online. It's on the town website. I think we need to get back to that. I think we need to develop a committee or have the planning board to start to look at this. Because if not, we're all going to be sitting in traffic, and it's only going to get worse.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Public comment has been closed already, sir.
You said that earlier, but you brought something else up here.
He just gave a presentation.
Huh?
There's no public comment. He just gave us some information.
We said, any questions?
He was
Oh, he was asking
asking questions of
us.
the councilor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, you got any questions?
Ray, if you have any questions, you can talk to me after the meeting. No problem.
Okay.
No problem.